You know, the way I always thought about it, you know, with movies and stuff like that, is like, you know, I feel like that no matter what happens to me in life, no matter if I pass on, no matter, you know, what happens over the years, it's permanent. You know, you do a movie and it'll always be there for people to watch no matter what, you know, and my youth will always be there, you know, and my family can, you know, if they want to know more about me or whoever, they can see that part of me that would always be in print that nobody could ever take back. So that's just my payoff, like being immortal.
Super villain beat.
Okay. Well, my name is ELI T. PENA. I'm an actor, and I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, and I live here in St. Augustine, Florida now. And film, it's something that I just grew up watching. It made sense to me. A lot of people tend to have passions for different things like theater, music, you know, and art and stuff like that. For me, it was just more of movies, only because when I grew up in Chicago, the area that we lived was so bad that it was either rent movies or stay home and, you know, play games or something like that. And if it wasn't the weather condition, it was the crime rate. So to keep us entertained was always blockbuster. So it was just a world of information for me to just watch and say, you know what, I can understand all that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I want to do. So, you know, it just made sense to me. And then after, being 17, I just said, look, I want to be an actor. So it made sense.
Call organized rhyme. That's right. I got a bodyguard too.
I'm gonna have to already expect it, you know. To say if I have a pet peeve about it, I don't know if I can really say I have a pet peeve, because the thing is, you already know what you're getting yourself into. So it's not really a pet peeve anymore, because pet peeves are things that you can avoid. You know, it's like things that you just don't want to be around, you know, because that just pisses me off. Oh, did you hear that person right there? You know, he's such a freaking fake, man. You know what I'm saying? He's just talked trash to this person and so on, but he's over there shaking his hand and hugging him and telling him he wants to work with him. But he just told me 5 minutes ago that he's the worst director I've ever seen in his life, and yet he's over there hugging him, telling him please call me and stuff like that. Oh, that's such a pet peeve. I hate when people are unreal. But then at the same time, you're looking at yourself and saying, well, you know what? That's the business. You know, you kind of have to, you know, you have to associate with people like that. You know, you have to associate with people that are going to, you know, even do that to yourself. You know, and they're probably talking smack like that to you, that you wouldn't even know it. But, you know, it can't be a pet peeve because you know what you're getting yourself into. You know, that's part of the deal. It's the nature of the business. My dad and my mom were actually supporters of what I did, you know, rather than saying, you know, be realistic, you know, they were like, yeah, you know, every time, you know, whenever they would have friends over, they have to, you know, Eli, show them that movie you did, or Eli, come over and meet my friend, shake his hand and stuff like that. I'm telling them that you're an actor, you're going to be a movie star, and that they want to meet you and stuff like that, you know, and to have that from your own parents, you know, it's wow. You know, I mean, just like wow, because you talk to your other friends and your other co-workers in the business too, and they're like, yeah, I can't even get my dad to come out and watch a screening because they think it's a waste of my time. You know, kind of, it's amazing. I'm starting to get into sushi. I really like sushi, only because people are telling me that you know, there's two things that I was never really, you know, fond of while doing movies. And they're like, yeah, well, there's two things you gotta learn about. One is wine. You gotta learn about your wine, drink your wine, learn about your wine, because when you're sitting with people, they're gonna order bottles of wine, and you can't be the one always, you know, ordering a beer for yourself. You gotta learn about Pinot Grigios and learn about Sauvignon Blancs and Pinot Noirs. You gotta know about that, you know, so you won't make yourself look like an idiot. I'm like, oh, okay. And then sushi. Everybody loves sushi. I'm like, oh, I'm not eating no raw fish. That's disgusting, man. And he goes, no, you gotta know it. So after a while, man, I started getting into drinking wine. I was like, you know what, this is some pretty good stuff, man. The Sauvignon Blancs, I like this. You know, Pinot Grigio, like, nah, not bad, you know. And then I started doing sushis, and I'm like, you know what, this is not bad at all, you know. So I just can't do that. It's like I gotta make things happen. My friend Robert F. Jones told me, he goes, you gotta make it happen. Remember that. Make it happen, make it happen, make it happen, make it happen. Don't wait for the ship to come to you. Swim out to the ship if you have to. You know, get in the water, you know, fight the sharks. get on that boat, man. Don't wait. You know, you're waiting is you're just, you know, time is passing by. I mean, that's where I'm at right now. You know, I mean, I'm just in the, you know, I'm just at the breaking point, you know, of actually achieving what I want in the career for me in film. That it's interesting because, you know, so far I worked on my 7th film so far. You know, none of them are out yet, just yet, or just 2 of them out, but not the ones I really want are not out yet. So I'm just really curious to see where it's going to put me at. The 30s are like the years that people really start making. If you weren't affected as a child star, you know, if you just start off fresh for your career, usually, or like in your beginning 30s, is when things happen. I mean, a lot of people that I admire and respect started off at that age, you know, that really start making things happen. In a way, it's kind of good too, because you don't have, you know, you're not going to be typecasted. You know, so at 30, you know, it's like you're smart enough to do things now, but you're also young enough, and it's like Jay-Z said, it's like 30s are the new 20s. You know, it's like you're a lot smarter now, but you're still young to do it. You know, so that's how I'm taking it. You know. What sold them was the audition. You know, that I came in with confidence. You know, I came in, you know, just saying, look, you know, I know that there really wasn't what you were looking for as far as like your character. I mean, you're probably looking for a Caucasian guy, or you're looking for something else, but you walk in there with confidence and you just let them know, it's like, look, I can play pretty much anything you want me to play, and I can like break that barrier too, you know, by show them that you can do more things than than they would expect, you know. And a lot of times it's like that's what happens, you know. It's like I get casted for something and they just say, you know what, I just love the way you just came in with force, you know. It's like you almost demanded everybody to look at you kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, thank you, because that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, oh man, you better not mess up that line, you better focus, man. You better you're gonna screw up. You're gonna go back to work again, you know, and freaking bust tables and whatever and stuff like that. But you know, you try your best, man. You try to be as strong as you possibly can and not let anybody see your weakness inside. But when you plenty of positive thinking, you gotta have positive thinking. Positive thinking is what the world, you know, it should revolve around, because there's too much negativity around, right? You know, it's so easy to doubt yourself, but if the more positive you are, you know, your perception is your perception is reality, right? Then that's when things start coming to you, in other words, you know, and that's when you attract, you know. It's like, it's just how it works, man. I mean, it's just. One thing that you start noticing in your vision, your clear vision, is the little details. It's like having a big painting. You know, you see the big painting of what you want to like. Just like saying, okay, this is how I say, I'm gonna make a big painting of what I want, of my life. This is what I want to work for. Boom, this whole big painting. You know, and you see that and you sit there looking at it like this. And you keep, you know, you do your thing, you come back and you look at the painting. You know, keep doing your journey, you come back and you look at the painting. You're stopping to remind yourself why you're working so hard for it. But along the journey, as you're doing things, every time you go back to the painting, you're going to see little details that you didn't see before. Little details. And you're like, oh, I didn't really notice that over there. You know, wow, that's really nice, man. And it's like, but it was always there, but you just never really paid attention. It's like, oh, that's a cool detail and stuff like that. And then you come back again. It's a little minor thing again that you didn't see before. It's like, oh, look at that and stuff. I didn't see that, but it was there the whole time. You just didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? It was there in your clear vision. But it's just the little things, you know, that you have to pay attention to, you know, too, that ends up leading you to that full, you know, that full dream, the full vision, the canvas painting. That's what it is, man.
Guayando.